Hey everybody, it's Barbara and welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. It's officially been 4 years since I did my first video about Nicholas Godejohn and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And I thought that was really funny that YouTube and Google reminded me of that. However, my first TikTok video was made on October 12th of 2023, even though I've had it since 2018. So the Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Nicholas Godejohn case is one of many, but there's lots of interesting ones out there.
Hey everyone. So I just received a package from a company called Posh Peanut. They make cute, adorable, comfortable baby clothes and matching sets for the mom as well. So they sent me this adorable...
Now, community standards on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube mandate by law that you have to say if that is an undisclosed paid promotion, which she hasn't done. So I'm assuming that this is just her trying to be an influencer. This is her genuinely promoting a product that she likely got for free.
Pajama set. And they included a onesie for Aurora to go with it so we can match. Look how cute that is. I cannot wait to put her in this. And they also sent me a very soft robe. Like, this is like butter soft. Like
butter soft, y'all. The way that robes should be. You know, they should feel like butter on your skin. They should feel like shea butter. They should feel like apple butter, like honey butter. Because what good is a robe if it's not like butter?
When I touch it, like, it literally is so soft. And they included a matching onesie for Aurora as well. Oh, this is gonna be so cute to match with her.
I know that the mommy and me outfits are a really big deal, especially nowadays, but I always thought that they were corny and cheesy, but that's just me. That's just my own personal opinion. I mean, I think it's cute for other people, other moms, but yeah, it was just not my thing.
So I just wanted to show you guys. Huge thank you to Posh Peanut. I love you guys. Thank you so much. The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard is coming to A&E on March 7th.
Whoever edited that gets an F for failed because the voiceover is not matching when she actually says that. The lips are like half of a second lagged, which I think is really weird. If that's you, Lifetime, doing that, you definitely need to do better with the editing. Gypsy Rose Blanchard even has the privilege, the luxury, and the honor of having a paid makeup artist come and do her makeup for her appearances, promoting her second season of Life After Lockup. Wow. But let's get to the good part that y'all really want to see, because this is fucking funny.
Everyone is still talking about the Menendez Brothers, right? We're back and forth. They may or may not get out of prison, right? If they get out of prison, right, you have 2 books, you've got TV shows, you've got so much going on. Would you recommend those guys dive into the world of entertainment?
She's like, hell yeah, I worked over 10 years on this Gypsy Rose agenda. Of course I was going to delve right into this fame that I made for myself. I worked 10 years at this bitch. But hell to the no, she don't want no Menendez Brothers or Casey Anthony taking it from her.
Right out of prison.
Right. I would say
the world wants it. I will say that. We want it.
The world wants it, but I will say the one thing that I kind of wish I did was take the time away from the media when I first came out of prison and give myself time to adjust.
I think it is freaking hilarious that both times TMZ has stopped her at LAX that they're asking her about Erik and Lyle Menendez, and you can just see the frustration on her face that they are not asking about her and that they don't care or even know anything about her to ask.
I didn't do that, and I got overwhelmed by it.
Got it.
It's a lot to handle. So I would say if they ever do get released, take a break, really to kind of like work on yourself, get your feet on the ground, and then if that's something you want to pursue.
I'm sorry, but Erik and Lyle Menendez and Gypsy Rose Blanchard, even Casey Anthony, are all people that no one should be taking dating or marriage advice from. Okay? Period. And the fact that she even feels like she's in a place where she should be telling anybody about relationships.
Go right ahead.
Let me ask you this: will Hollywood embrace them? Like
I think Hollywood would embrace them. There's so much support online that I have seen already.
For them, we know what they did. There's no dispute what they did, but why they did it.
Exactly.
You think Hollywood would totally embrace them?
Hollywood has embraced them and will embrace them if they are released, because spending over 30 years behind bars and admitting what they did, as well as taking accountability and trying to reform and rehabilitate their life and themselves for other people, really speaks volumes. And I think that's where people are going to say, hey, you know, they deserve a second chance. However, in the same breath, if you commit something like taking somebody else's life, then you forfeit yours, and that you should be behind bars for the rest of yours.
I think that Hollywood would embrace them. I just, like I said before, I hope that the critics won't bring them down.
Yeah. Would you watch?
I would watch.
You would watch?
I would watch.
I love it. I love it. Okay. One more thing. So Lyle was in a relationship, right? Erik, well, they were both married, actually. Lyle's relationship, I guess, ended. We're hearing reports. Do you
She nods her head. You know why? Because she has been researching and looking up the case clearly. If she's nodding her head and she already knows that, that means that she has looked into it. And it's funny because she claimed before at LAX that she did not. She did not know anything about the case.
recommend that these guys, like maybe Lyle, get in a relationship, or should these guys just focus on living their free life, so to speak, or should they embrace being in a relationship?
I'd say embrace being in a relationship if it's with the right person. I found my soulmate 7 years ago, and that always stuck with me, and he's been my biggest supporter.
Ain't nobody gonna even cap, because everybody knows that Bree has definitely earned the badge of Gypsy's biggest supporter. I don't even think Ken can compare to the amount of support she actually receives from her friend Bree. I mean, just look at the lengths that they go to. I would actually argue that she gets more support from Bree than she does her own father or stepmother. At least in a social aspect. I don't maybe mean physical or financial, but definitely in a social aspect.
And so I say, if it's true love, it's true love.
If it's true love? What about having kids right out of prison? Because you're kind of, how many years have you been out? How long have you been out?
I've been out a year.
You've been out a year, and now you've already got a kid.
Yes.
Right? Do you recommend these guys, like, would that ground them to have children?
I think that children are a blessing no matter what. I think that for me, the timing, it was unexpected. We weren't trying, it just happened.
It just happened. Well, and so that's what happens when you, that happens. Of course, obviously. Biology 101, right? Yeah.
So I would say, if they want kids, by all means, live your life. You can lock them your whole life pretty much.
Nobody can honestly say what is true and what is not true, what is real and what is not real in the Lyle and Erik Menendez case, as far as what their parents did or did not do to them, because that has been used as a defense strategy many times in cases that it wasn't the truth in. But it's not for me to decide. It's just for me to open up a discussion to other people for what they think is their forgiveness that can be had after 30 years behind bars. Is freedom something that they are deserving of having? And that comes clearly despite and regardless what their mom and dad did or did not do. They cannot say that that was a justification for taking their lives. But they have been speaking out more themselves, and it will be very interesting to follow it and see what happens in the future for them.
Go live your life. Have kids. Get married. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever.
No. Don't do whatever you want. Definitely don't go and take people's lives again.
We know what we know.
Right.
We know the facts, but we also know that these guys, they had it rough.
One more sheet?
Right?
Sure.
You're on the move.
And they served a lot of time.
We're going to buy the books.
I would say that I really wish
Oh, yes, we know what we know. We have read what we've read. We have seen what we have seen. We have watched what we have watched. We know what we know. Truer words, TMZ, truer words. No cap there from TMZ at all. They knew exactly what they was doing with that one.
Yeah.
I can't, I'm not anyone to say they shouldn't be free.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's rewind time. Let's go back to when TMZ only wanted to talk to Gypsy because they wanted to talk to her about the Menendez brothers. You can see that Ken was clearly very frustrated when she went to the San Francisco State University and was talking about the Menendez brothers. TMZ clearly were called to go to the airport and talk to her after they seen what she had said about the Menendez brothers at the speech. But it's really funny, the frustration, because they didn't ask her not a single damn question about her, herself, her life, or anything related to her show or book, anything like that. Not at all. They asked her about the Menendez brothers both times.
Doing really good, yeah.
All right. You guys getting renewed for another season of Lifetime? Can you say?
I don't think we're at liberty to say yet.
Okay. You know something, I can read between the lines on that.
He's like, yeah, I can read between the lines on that. Totally don't even care. I'm just asking you about the Menendez brothers. That's why I'm here. Oh my God. It's so corny. You can sense the sheer anger and frustration on Ken, and you can tell that Gypsy is picking up on that vibe and energy because she's trying to placate Ken.
One of the biggest stories in the world right now, the Menendez brothers. Have you been following that at all, or?
Not a whole lot. I'm not very educated in their case or anything.
So they went to prison for their parents, and nobody denies that they did it, but it's coming out and it's pretty credible. A lot of people feel that they were abused by their parents. So now the DA is reviewing their case, and they're possibly going to get released. And I kind of wanted your opinion on that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I really can't speak on the specifics of that case.
I don't know about y'all, but that energy that Ken is giving off is like he wants to hit something or hurt somebody or throw something. He's giving off super aggressive, very agitated vibes. Like he knows that TMZ was called to be there to specifically capture Gypsy on camera. And he's like, clearly something's not right there. Like, is he mad that TMZ really has absolutely nothing to talk to Gypsy about except for the Menendez brothers?
Not really educated in that case, but I will say that I'm an advocate for abuse victims in general, and I'm all about prison reform.
So if that happened, though, if their parents did abuse them, I mean, do you support their release, you think?
Well, I don't think either of us are educated enough on the subject to give it a drink.
Sure.
Are educated enough on the subject to give it a drink.
Sure.
I don't know. I think Gypsy has a better time when she's not with Ken, like answering questions. She seems more calm, more funny, more at ease, more likable, more personable. But I don't know. I think she should do these trips with somebody other than Ken, like maybe her really good friend or something. The energy that Ken is giving off is just not social. It's not likable. It's not charming and charismatic. It just seems very overly masculine, kind of giving insecure, controlling vibes too.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I agree with that. I think that, if their case is being reviewed, then, hopefully something can be done. I think that, abuse victims need to be advocated for more.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian actually supported that, and she defended that, and, she's supporting their release. I mean, she's gotten some serious pushback, You don't think that that's fair at all? And
I mean, Kim is hard to say. Woman. Kim is a wise woman.
She is.
She makes good decisions.
Now, that is a statement that is debatable and highly questionable because Kim Kardashian herself has made a lot of questionable choices. I don't know, starting with the SEX tape, starting with stealing from Brandy over $250,000 to line her own pockets and her own boutique, using Kanye West and having 4 kids just to make herself more rich and famous and actually be taken seriously among the fashion and art world. Liar, thief, selfish, entitled, spoiled, bratty, but she didn't kill anybody though.
She is.
In her prison reform era, okay. I think she's doing good in that era.
What advice would you have for them? Very simple. They spent 30 years in in prison? What advice would you have for them when they get out? You know, you dealt with it, obviously.
It's very difficult to come out to a world that has changed so much, even in the time that I spent. So, I mean, reacclimating is a difficult thing. So I would say take your time and, you know, adjust properly and get therapy because you'll need it in the world day and age.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. You're awesome, guys. Thank you.
Ken actually looks like he is very insecure and jealous of Gypsy Rose Blanchard getting the attention and questions and not him. Welcome to the Nobody Club, Ken. You can FUCK someone that you think is a halfway someone and still be a no one. You're just the no one who FUCK'd a girl that has a very serious genetic chromosome disorder and took the life of her mother.
Intention due to a dramatization of your crime. How did it feel for that to happen to you with the act?
I mean, it was heartbreaking because unfortunately a lot of people seem to think that they know what happened and the events that took.
Well, I wonder why those events took place, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Maybe because Gypsy Rose Blanchard put those events into place with an over 4.5-year plan and 2 attempts before?
Place by watching a TV show, and it was over dramatized. They got things incorrect. So to say that people should base their knowledge of a case on a dramatization is very.
Don't worry, even if Erik and Lyle Menendez do not get out, they are still going to have the love and the support that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is never going to see. The reason why? Because they've taken full accountability. They have fully confessed. They have told the truth. And they have tried to rehabilitate and reform their lives and make something out of their lives by helping other people. Knowing good damn and well that they are probably going to spend their natural life in prison behind bars and not for selfish monetary gain, but that they actually will pass away one day like we all do, with having done something meaningful with their time in life. What do you think about Casey Anthony trying to come to Substack and TikTok and all these other social media websites, which she has been on, but now she's going public? What do you think about that? And what do you think about Erik and Lyle possibly being granted a release? I don't know. I think the world of killers is about to get real competitive because there's only so much attention to be had in the true crime, anti-crime community. And now it's being shifted elsewhere. It's in my own personal opinion that there's no amount of time, no generation's going to come and go that is going to be born and raised that's just going to say, oh, you know what? Hey, 40 years ago, we forgot what you did to your daughter. We forgot what you did to your mom. Never going to happen. Evil is evil, and it will be eradicated by good. The wicked plot against the godly. They snarl at them in defiance. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. And don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and share.